Greetings in Phi Alpha, brothers. Happy Founders Day. I'm Brad Cohen, your Eminent Supreme Archon. On March 9, 1856, 8 young men decided to form a fraternity. They pledged themselves to be strictly moral and upright in their dealings with one another and with their fellow men, and in all their transactions in life. As still stated in our ritual, as originally prescribed by our founding brother, Noble Leslie Devotee, the objects of the fraternity shall be to cultivate the morals and improve the intellectual faculties of its members, to surround each member with friends whose care and duty it shall be to make him happy, and to provide him with brothers to whom he can turn for advice and assistance when needed. 158 years later, we need to ask ourselves if we are an organization living up to those ideals. In many cases, I am proud to say we are. We have 14,000 undergraduate brothers on 240 campuses across the nation. Many are dedicated, loyal brothers who do as much to promote SAE, give back to their communities and their institutions, and are leaders, athletes, and scholars. However, as an organization, we have been plagued with too much bad behavior, which has resulted in loss of lives, negative press, and large lawsuits. We have taken our bloodline for the fraternity, our new members, and treated them as second-class citizens. Sigma Alpha Epsilon strives for chapter unity, not pledge class unity. And the reality is that most pledging processes create cliques and factions in the chapter because pledges were trained to believe that they were to act as one unit. Society does not act in this way. SAE has a glorious history. We are at a crossroads. Do we continue to operate as we have because some deem it to be tradition and risk our existence? Brothers, as your Eminent Supreme Archon, I can no longer sit back and watch our organization that we all love so dearly simply cease to exist. Your Supreme Council has decided that in order to survive, we must change. We must change not only some of our practices, but our culture. As a result, effective March 9, 2014, the Supreme Council has voted to change the fraternity laws, eliminating all new member pledge programs from SAE. And I am excited and proud to announce the launch of the True Gentleman Experience. The True Gentleman Experience will eliminate new member programs. We're going to initiate new members within 96 hours of being offered a bid to join. By having the initiation on the front end, we can educate them over the course of their 2-, 3-, and 4-year programs. The days of second-class citizens are over. I grew up in South Africa under apartheid, and I saw firsthand the implications of creating second-class citizens. That's why my family immigrated to this great land in 1979. We're going to make this change as a team, as a brotherhood, because it's the right thing to do, and if we don't, we may simply just not exist in 5 years. There is a common misperception that new members or pledges have to prove themselves worthy of membership in Sigma Alpha Epsilon. But consider the fact. Harry Bunting, Billy Levere, and John Mosley did not have pledge processes as we know them. Levere got his bid on Friday and joined and was initiated on Sunday. Mosley was an upperclassman who had a busy academic schedule and joined at an age that most students would never consider joining. Certainly their experience did not impact their great contributions to SAE. The True Gentleman Experience aligns the fraternity with the original member experience that Noble Leslie Devotee and our founding fathers intended. There was never a pledging process until sometime after World War I, because they were more selective in determining which men made excellent candidates to join. They evaluated his character and leadership and befriended him to determine if he would be a good addition to Sigma Alpha Epsilon. And only when they were certain he would make a good brother did they offer him an invitation to become a member. In the same way, the True Gentleman Experience puts greater emphasis on proper recruitment. The True Gentleman Experience shifts to an educational approach that spans over all their years in school. Each year, the education builds upon the previous year, and the new program gives chapters benchmarks and expectations for their members. The True Gentleman Experience improves our relationships with parents because their sons are not forced into situations where they are required to learn the right of membership through a trial period or ordeal that may jeopardize their well-being or safety. The experience allows us to provide our chapters and colonies with a program that develops young men into gentlemen. Plus, it gives them a personal and professional development they can't find in a traditional classroom setting. We are asking our members, both collegiate and alumni, to trust the process. But more importantly, we want them to embrace the process. No change of this magnitude is easy, but it's going to be okay. We will walk the road to this change together, as a team, as brothers, and as a family. And your leaders will do their best to assist our collegiate members with resources for success. We're changing because it's the right thing to do, and because we need to showcase what SAE is capable of doing. 100 years ago in 1914, Billy LeVere addressed the fraternity and said, "The parents of our land, the dear mothers and fathers, shall face our institution and shall say to Sigma Alpha Epsilon, we gave you our sons in the first years of their adventure beyond the confines of their homes. What have you done with them? We give them back to you, trained college men, ready to face life with minds like a razor edge. We give them back to you, SAEs whose faith in the brotherhood of man could not be shaken, though the earth slid from beneath them, and we give them back to you. Americans with all that it implies. Lovers of country, its soldiers if need be, haters of snobbery, and before all the world, we SAEs have taken your boy, and we now give you back a man." Brothers, I am confident that with these changes, and with a team effort by our entire fraternity, our brightest days are ahead of us. I am confident that our kids, my two sons, your sons, and your grandsons, their children, will have an opportunity to join this great fraternity we call Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Happy Founders Day, brothers. Phi Alpha.